What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back. So, we have a used car dealer had a Kia or a Hyundai, one of the Hyundais. And you remember when the TikTokers were going viral with saying they could start the car with a USB. You could actually start this car with sutures, roach clip pliers, small scissors, big scissors. So this is a 2011, and we'll reenact the crime scene. They smashed the window out. There's the glass on the floor. They did not unscrew the column. They just ripped it apart, and it's only plastic. And then they got in here and they just popped it apart. There's really not much to some ignition systems today. And this trim ring here, I guess, does nothing, right? Because the car still starts. So once you get the ignition lock out, it's pretty simple. Right here is the blade that goes through to the ignition switch. And almost every vehicle with a key or a turnstile ignition is set up like this. So, I mean, I started it with a pair of scissors. I mean, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. So, anyone wanted to know how easy... It's really easy to break a window on any car and rip the ignition housings apart. In the old days, they had a lot of cast aluminum, which made it a lot harder, but you could still pop an ignition, we call it. Pop an ignition. So these people were out here popping ignitions, and it's super easy. Blink, turn this tumbler inside of here, it turns the ignition housing, car starts off, you drive away. Now, is it worth getting arrested for Grand Theft Auto? Probably not. I wouldn't want to go to jail. I'm sure somebody's going to want to kick your butt if they catch you doing this. I mean, you cause a lot of problems and aggravation. But did you need a USB? No. You're not going to pry the ignition, the steering column plastics apart with a USB cable. So you have to have a screwdriver or something to rip the plastics apart, right? And whoever did this knew what they were doing. They only pulled the lower off because they knew that that's what they needed. And the lower is only secured by a screw behind here, a screw behind here, and I think one more at the bottom. So it's real simple to rip the ignition steering column cover off to gain access to the ignition. But I'm curious why the PAT system on this didn't work. Unless that's just lighted. That's probably just lighted. It's not PATs. I'm not really sure what their safety feature is here, but there obviously is none. Millions of vehicles affected. And even if you're putting a guard or a housing around this, it is so easy to do this to any car with an ignition. So easy. You don't need a USB. You can actually use a pair of scissors. That's how I move this car. Thanks for watching.